Welcome to Wednesday's show. Another beautiful day in the neighborhood and some more of those in your forecast, just not all. Again, glad to have you being a part of the program tonight. A lot of ground to cover, a lot of announcements, a lot to squeeze into half an hour, so let's get to it. Your weather forecast forthcoming in just a few moments as our local headlines. In Elkhorn City, however, things just are not adding up. Kentucky's Auditor of Public Accounts, Allison Ball, has just today released the results of a special investigative examination into the city's financial situation, which had a number of findings, including that the city failed to pay required employer contributions over $116,000 worth to the Kentucky Public Pension Authority for city employee pensions. The city also failed to file required reports with the DLG, causing the department to hold over $50,000 in state grant funds. Also, on several occasions, city employees' paychecks were unpaid due to insufficient funds in the bank account. Almost $90,000 in local government economic assistance fund dollars were spent without proper documentation, and also Elkhorn City issued Christmas bonuses to employees without legal standing, almost $18,000. The water utility billing and collection process resulted in almost 250 accounts being overcharged incorrectly, over $116,000. City council members were also given financial reports that didn't accurately represent the city's accurate or current financial situation. The city also routinely failed to justify its expenditures with adequate supporting documentation, questioning the legitimacy of those expenditures, says Ball. And at least a dozen contractors did not have proper Forms 1099, that being issued. Again, this examination has been ongoing and a result of city finances between July of 2020 and March of 2023. This is an ongoing situation that has also had some calling for the resignation of Elkhorn City's mayor, who had made statements just about a month ago that he was, that being Mayor Mike Taylor, going to resign. However, most recently, he has recanted on that sentiment, saying that he is going to stay. Pike County Judge Executive Ray Jones has also gone on record indicating that the fiscal court will no longer be working with the city on financial matters or otherwise until the resignation of the mayor does take place. More to come, I am sure. More news in just a moment.
At Big Sandy Healthcare, our mission has been to provide quality healthcare close to home. And you are invited to tour our Women's Health Mobile Clinic during our open house event on May 1st from 10 to 2 at our Physicians for Women facility at Auxshire. Refreshments will be served, and everyone that tours the mobile clinic will have a chance to win a car seat and a pack and play. Our Women's Health Mobile Clinic is state-of-the-art with a full range of services, so help us celebrate while taking a tour on May 1st from 10 to 2. Big Sandy Healthcare, quality healthcare close to home.
Sagersville National Bank hopes to help you start the new year with financial freedom and peace of mind. From new services like Apple and Google Pay with your debit card to their more than century of being dedicated to being your personal or business banking institution, they're here for you with digital, phone, or in-person banking at both locations.
There are several risk factors that may put a patient at risk for heart disease.
Especially people who have diabetes or hypertension or high cholesterol and have a family history of heart disease.
Neglecting to see a cardiologist can put you in trouble. You may develop problems that may not be reversible.
We see many people who do not have an actual diagnosis of a heart problem, but may be at risk of heart disease, and we do whatever we can to help mitigate that risk to help prevent disease in the future. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Whether you've got a new ride and you want it to stand out in the crowd, or you want your current ride to look and feel like a new one, no one does lifts, wheels, and tires better than Conley's. Stop in now for spring tire specials, free quotes, and 0% financing, or log on to conleytire.net.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
In McGoffin County headlines, here we go again, I am afraid, as we'll start coverage of last night's McGoffin County Fiscal Court meeting. We'll pick up coverage of the rest of the meeting later, but right now we'll focus on one segment, a representative of Hall's office in the audience last night and speaking. You may recall just a couple of years ago, the United States Postal Service had changed, or at least started enforcing some rules that may have already been on the books related to mail delivery, and spoke of it here on the program. It affected a small number but significant number of McGoffin County households and roads after the Postal Service said they were no longer delivering mail on those roads, instead placing community mailboxes at the end of several roads. I think Long Branch was one of them. There were a few others as well. We're telling customers that they just had to get a post office box and drive to town to get their mail. For some of them, that's a long drive. Well, as we're learning now, that might have just been the tip of the iceberg.
What has come to our attention is that the United States Postal Service, it has some rules that they're not laws, but they're rules that could very well affect us all. They've been long-standing rules, but they've never been enforced. The Postal Service is under some new guidance, and they're putting in some new postmasters across the state, and they are really encouraging these postmasters to make sure that these rules they abide by those. So it first came up in Wolfe County. There were, I think, about 65 homes that weren't getting the mail at all. And so they began to complain, and they were complaining to their postmaster. They began to complain to their judge. They began to complain to the court. And finally, it reached our ears. We had a conference with the Postal Service, and they are saying that it is against the rules for any postal worker to drive on a road that is not fully paved. It cannot be dirt, it cannot be gravel, it cannot be anything but fully paved. It also must be 2-lane. It cannot be 1 lane, yes sir. It cannot be 1 lane. In the conference, one person said, well, why don't you just have your counties widen those roads? And I said, into the creek? Yeah. Where are we going to widen those roads? And I don't have any counties that can afford to pave every dirt or gravel road in the county. I don't have one county. I represent the senator in 18 East Kentucky counties, and I don't think we have one that could do that. So we are fighting with them right now. We're trying to stand up for Eastern Kentucky. The senator is having a committee hearing with the United States Postal Service, and will address these issues and see what we can do about these rules. So if you want to reach out to our office, if you want to reach out to the Congressman's office, if you want to reach out to Senator McConnell's office, please feel free and say we can't survive this. People in Wolfe County, not everybody, most of the people agreed to have their mailboxes moved out to the 2-lane road. However, about about 20 families, 20 of those families couldn't do that because they did not have sufficient transportation to get out and get their mail every single day. And the Postal Service was very angry about that. Why wouldn't they do that? And we said, because they can't walk that far and they don't have transportation to get there. They're kind of clueless about where we live and what we have, and so we need all of your support. Thank you.
Right, and you know, I think we talked about this a couple of years ago. I had the same issue here.
We did, but it's really come to a head now, Judge.
And we went all the way to Louisville, speaking with those folks down there, and we've got roads like Long Creek and a couple others, the same exact thing. It's a long ways up Long Creek. Sure. And they put a community box at the end of the road on Route 7, which is a 55-mile-an-hour road, which creates dangerous issues there. But we've had that happen all over the county multiple times. I haven't had any complaint recently because I think they kind of backed off because we was one of those that was raising cane, but I can foresee that coming more and more and more.
They had backed off, but apparently new leadership in the Postal Service, are going to really push this. And you know, you all have dealt with it. Now Wolfe County's dealt with it. It's just going to keep rolling. So we just appreciate everybody's support.
And again, as Jones explained, that would mean no mail delivery on any gravel and or single lane road. Now, give that some significant thought. Gravel roads are certainly high in number. Many of the more than 900 county roads are gravel. And also, many of them which are surfaced could be considered a single lane of travel. For example, Mash Fork, a highly populated road, and not divided by any type of a yellow line. Certainly contradictory, as was pointed out by Magistrate Eddie Jenkins, to the old saying, neither rain nor snow nor sleet nor hail. So I had at least what I thought was some really interesting video last night, and I had high hopes, it appears as though, of having some corroborating information to pass along with you tonight in regards to the carp spawning here in Burning Fork Creek in Sagersville. Still, I think, even today, certainly an impressive sight. If you missed the video last night, it was brought to my attention that there were hundreds, literally thousands of carp, big ones, all what appeared to be wholeheartedly 5 pounds and much, much larger in size, spawning in Burning Fork Creek between the rescue squad and, we'll say, Logan Corporation in through there for what appeared to be maybe a good solid quarter of a mile in distance through the creek. Shallow water where they could find the stream running pretty good in parts, a lot of activity, and just a lot of fish. I'd reached out and actually did make contact with a couple of representatives of the Department of Fish and Wildlife, and neither of them got back with me or had anyone else get back with me to find out just how much of an oddity this was. Seeing carp spawn in the river, Licking River, or tributaries is not all that uncommon necessarily, but to this degree we thought it certainly may have been, as there were thousands of carp spawning for a couple of days, still some in the area today as we checked up on. So still trying to find out exactly what species of carp to confirm. We think we know, but nevertheless, still hopeful we'll get some information and some feedback to kind of wrap up this story. But it was still an interesting and entertaining sight nonetheless. Next, rather lengthy, which is a good thing, McGoffin Farm Bureau Community Calendar. A whole lot happening. Beginning with a happy belated birthday wish. I think I was to have now announced this a day or two ago, so my apologies. A happy belated 6th birthday to Weston Jimmy Ray Perkins. Of Mom and Dad, sister, family, and friends. Weston Jimmy Ray, the happiest of 6 birthdays to you. Now, a lot happening on our calendar and a lot leading up to this. Girl Scouts are back, calling all McGoffin County girls in grades K through 6 who would like to spark your creativity and find out more information about joining Girl Scouts. Well, they have an informational night coming up. Bring your grown-up with you, and that is tomorrow night, 5 to 7 at the public library. Tomorrow night, 5 to 7 for everything you need to know for girls in grades K through 6 about being a Girl Scout. They'll have representatives there who are very thrilled about getting Girl Scouts back up and going here in McGoffin County. And I'm just thrilled about this. Coming up next Tuesday, 5:30 to 7:30 at the high school, come out and meet the McGoffin County Schools robotics teams at the Robotics Expo. The MC Magic Team, SGS Robotics Rock Stars, MC Master Crafters, and NME Rockin' Robo Panthers. Join them in supporting McGoffin County Schools robotics teams, and you will literally be bowled over by what you're going to see. And if you're interested in learning more about First Lego League or First Tech Challenge or the Challenger Learning Center, this is where you want to be, moms, dads, families, everyone. With that said, homecoming is coming up at Kearney Free Will Baptist Church Sunday the 28th. Not this Sunday, but the following at 11 a.m. And this is your invitation to join them. Homecoming at Kearney Free Will Baptist Church. It was postponed. Now set for Sunday the 28th. Y'all come. Bring a friend. Commodities coming up tomorrow at the McGoffin County Senior Citizen Center, 11 to 1 tomorrow. Those on the waiting list can get served at 1, so get there on time to get a box. And if you've got a few minutes or a few hours, stop by before 11, help them get ready, or any time in between, and help volunteer. It is a wonderful thing to do. And spend a little time helping our McGoffin County senior citizens at the center tomorrow. I've got a couple of things from the McGoffin County Health Department, starting with a community baby shower coming up on the 25th. That is a week from tomorrow on the 25th. Any expecting mother up to 60 days postpartum, April the 25th. Again, that is next Thursday, 1 o'clock at the health department. And you can find out everything you need to know. One guest per person is also allowed. I will remind you about that between now and then. And the next community health fair is coming up May the 2nd, 9 till 2 at the health department. Over 20 vendors. This was huge last time. Free food, door prizes, free health screenings, and a lot more. And that's coming up soon. A night of worship coming up on May the 4th at Sayersville City Park. You're invited to come and join a host of those who would like you to come and celebrate Jesus with them in the Sayersville City Park, Saturday, May the 4th. Did I have the time on that? I'll double-check that on tomorrow's program. Water into Wine Food Pantry is having a sign-up day for potential new clients May the 1st, lasting until 5 o'clock. And the McGoffin County Rescue Squad, of course, has their annual media auction coming up May the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And I so hope that you can help support them. And let me help support whatever you have going on with getting it out there and letting everyone know about it on the community calendar. And we, of course, just as much love, if not more so, telling those birthday and anniversary wishes on the program as well. Going from there, funeral service announcements for 61-year-old Lisa Lynn Barnett Swagger of Sayersville, who passed away Sunday, have been set for this Thursday, tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Lisa is survived by her husband, Shelley, daughter, Lachelle, stepson, Michael Swagger, brother, Mike Barnett, and a sister, Glenda Cardy. In addition to her father, Lisa is preceded in death by her stepson, Fred, and a brother, Randy Barnett. Services again tomorrow at 1 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Visitation will continue till 9 o'clock tonight. Also from the McGoffin County Funeral Home, arrangements are pending and incomplete at this hour, but to be announced soon for 81-year-old Roy Roger Howard of Sayersville. He passed away Tuesday at his home. And we've also received word today, of the passing of 87-year-old Betty Jo Arnett Likens of Sayersville. She passed away today, earlier at her home, preceded in death by her husband, J.T. Again, arrangements incomplete at this hour, but to be announced soon by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Turning to Jones and Preston, 82-year-old Scotty Keith Somerville of Oil Springs passed away Sunday, survived by a daughter, Kimberly Carol Cantrell, sisters Della Coleman and Lola Jean Wells, a granddaughter, and 3 great-grandchildren. Services to be held tomorrow at 1 at the First Church of God. Visitation this evening.
And 69-year-old Connie Jo May Priest of Staffordsville passed away today at her home, survived by a brother, a sister, and other family members. Graveside services have been set for this Saturday at 1 at the May Family Cemetery in Leander. Friends can visit the Jones and Preston Funeral Home Saturday from 10:30 till 12:30 for visitation. Thanks to you, Fraser's Prater Drug has been voted #1 in customer satisfaction with Good Neighbor Pharmacies for the 7th year in a row. With curbside pickup for all of your prescription, allergy, or even multivitamin needs. Or come in and pull up a stool while you shop, or just visit downtown and treat yourself to something extra tasty or sweet. Where locally owned means a more personal, reliable, and friendly pharmacy. Fraser's Prater Drug. Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Raise your hands. Who thinks math is hard? Now, who thinks feeding a family of 4, 6, 8, or 10 is even harder? Well, so do we. Welcome to Math and a Meal Made Easy. Did you know you can get a family meal deal at your Sayersville Lee's for as low as $4.61 a person with bone-in chicken, $4.15 a person with our famous strips? That's chicken sides and biscuits. Count to 100? Thank a math teacher. Feed a family for less? Come to your Sayersville Lee's. Spring isn't the only season here. It's also senior season. It's a season for love, a season for Jesus, and a season to shop local at the Seasonal Shop. With spring colors, styles, and fashions by Charlie Page and Simply Southern, and more of your favorites, new arrivals in bags and totes and jewelry and more. And they've got everything lemon lavender, spa essentials for a little at-home pampering. And from simple to chinoiserie, must-see home decor is at the Seasonal Shop in downtown Sayersville. Well, the weather has finally given way to some better conditions for baseball and softball, and as such, let's take a look at where we are. About a third, getting close to halfway through the season for viewing area teams. The Montgomery County Hornets are still in the hunt for their first win of the still relatively early season. They got outed by Johnson Central in 4 innings, 18-2 on Monday night, and they are on the road tonight at Martin County. First pitch was at 6 o'clock. Boys right now sitting on an 0-8 and 2 district losses thus far. Going on to Johnson Central and the Golden Eagles, who last year finished in the 15th region as the runner-up to Pikeville. Central right now 5th rung in 15th region baseball at an 8-9 season right now, and that's after an 18-2 shutout in 4 innings against Montgomery County, as I just mentioned, on Monday night. They've won 2 of their last 3 after a 3-game loss skid. Nevertheless, the boys are at Paintsville tonight, all the way across town. First pitch should have been gone by now. As for the Paintsville Tigers, 4-6, a loss after winning their last 5 in a row. That's in the 15th region, all a classic. They had won all 3 rounds leading up to, and then in the last, lost to Pikeville 4-6 in the 15th region, all a classic. That was last night, 4-6 final score. That puts them again hosting Central tonight at home, and puts them again at a 10-7 run thus far. Number 2 right now in 15th region standings. Real quickly, turning over to Lawrence County and the Bulldogs. They shut out Betsy Lane in 3 innings in a district game last night, putting them at 4-1 in the district. 7-7 right now, dead even for Lawrence County. 4th right now in 15th region standings. Turning over to softball, Lady Hornets. Last year, 17-12 season for our girls, putting them well into the top half of the 15th region. Currently right now, Lady Hornets on a 1-6 win, picked up their first win last night. They were in the hunt until they sealed the deal last night, hosting Floyd Central 9-8 in 9 innings last night, which is long for softball. Again, the ladies now 1-6 with that win, and hosting Jackson City tonight, looking for their second win on the still early season for them. They've got a lot of ball left to play here in Montgomery County. Lady Eagles, let's see. 2019, 20 was canceled, 21, 22, 23, 57th District, and 15th Region champion Lady Eagles are rolling again this year to no surprise. They just wrapped up a win on the 13th at Boyd County in the Tri-State Showcase and are tonight. That was a 4-2 win. As you see, tonight they are on the road at Wolfe County. Right now, the Lady Golden Eagles sitting at a 9-7 run in the region, which has them only behind Lawrence County and the Lady Bulldogs. We'll get there in just a second. As for the Lady Tigers, they just wrapped up the 15th Region All-A Classic with a win and then a loss to Belfry, 0-10. But then following that, they were hosting Prestonsburg last night, picked up the win, 11-6. Puts the Lady Tigers right now had a 5-8 run, about halfway through their regular season schedule, and again hosting McGoffin County tomorrow night. And now, Lawrence County and the Lady Bulldogs are definitely rolling. No L's. All wins, 15-0. Their most recent as they shut out Prestonsburg at home Monday night in 3 innings. And that puts them hosting Elliott County tomorrow night. Lawrence County Lady Bulldogs 16-0, 5-0 in the district. And that being, of course, the 58th. All right, weather time in the neighborhood. We topped out at 80 degrees here at the newsroom today. We're at 75 right now. Feels about like 75, of course. I can take the feel like out of there, I guess, now that we're out of the winter weather conditions. Winds out of the south right now, 5 and hitting 7 at times. And we saw a 24-mile-per-hour gust here in the station. Warm, windy day out there, but nice. Humidity, comfortable 53%, no rain. Sunrise 6:54, sunset 8:11 in the p.m. And with that, here's the nuts and bolts of your forecast. We've got a cold front coming a little later on in the week, not so far from now, but not tonight. 56 is where we should bottom out. Southwesterly winds still 5 to 29 miles per hour, and partly cloudy skies for your Wednesday evening. We will wake up with a little patchy morning fog tomorrow. I think otherwise sunny, and again, pretty much like today. Low 80s estimated to top out around 82 degrees. Winds will be much more calm tomorrow than what we have seen. Not near as windy. Tomorrow night, we have a cold front that's going to start to work its way into the picture, and we will see it with a slight chance of some showers during the overnight. 2, 3, 4 in the a.m. Maybe some thunderstorms as well, as we have some cold and warm air to collide. 57 degrees tomorrow night, and you'll see temperatures start to go downhill thereafter. As a result, Friday showers and possible thunderstorms as that front continues to roll through to the tune of an 80% likelihood. At least some showers and maybe some thunderstorms. Winds up to 15, 16 miles per hour out of the southwest. So Friday, not so nice. It does all blow out of here for your weekend with that cooler air in place and not all that bad. I kind of like the if you can take out the showers or storms, I like the go-between of some nice cooler days and then some nice warmer days. Cooler being, mid-60s or upper 60s. Saturday, 65, partly sunny. Nighttime lows into the 40s, staying way away, not way away, but away from the 30s. Not so much Sunday, as we see mostly cloudy skies, more clouds perhaps than not on your Sunday. A 20% chance of showers and daytime highs just trying to hit the 60-degree mark, and we will maybe see the 30s upper for nighttime lows Sunday night, again, with that 20% chance of showers throughout the day on Sunday. I don't think it's going to be all that bad. Just a bit cooler, some clouds, and some very slight shower chances. Monday, we rebound. A nice, dry, sunny, 64-degree day before the next system rolls through, and it does so giving us changes Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, or at least some slight chances of some changes. Temperatures improved around 70 Tuesday and Wednesday. Mostly sunny, a 20 to 30% chance of some showers and storms with that next scenario. So not all that bad, just not filled full of the 80s and a little bit of everything. And that'll wrap it up for tonight. I hope you have tomorrow's Tigersville Independent firmly in hand, and maybe at least a portion read by the time I see you back here tomorrow night. They're putting the finishing touches on it as I speak. It's going to press, and another important edition tomorrow. A lot of sports, a lot of local headlines, and a lot of other fun things to see and read as well. With that said, I'll see you back here tomorrow night. Thanks for being a part of the show.